Welcome to Hornet Football on Sportsnet, USA.net. Hi, I'm the old guy along with Corey Neyland and Ryan Osborn. We are the voices for Fullerton College football. Well, it's been a strange season, to say the least. COVID has attacked us in more than one ways. Not a lot of crowds out here. Not all the games were getting played. But at the end of the day, our season will come to an end. A good season, a season maybe not achieved to the goals they want. Corey Neyland, when you look at the overall season, they were 6 inches away from being conference champions against Golden West College last week.
It's been a decent season. We're not going to say it's been the best season because their expectations were not met. But it's been a decent season. It's been a good season, and I think Fullerton can end it here and head on to a bowl game after a victory, if they're so lucky, against the Olympians.
Kashawn Griffin back deep. Standing next to him is going to be Christopher Kuntz. So the Hornets will be receiving. Short kick. Taken at the 23. Up front. Big pile all the way out to the 35. Finally down there. So the Hornets, with not a bad season, Corey, when you look at their season overall, it's been a successful season for them. Hornets over here looking to have that 7-3 season. If you were a College of the Canyons fan, you might want to say, wow, maybe we're lucky we're not playing this week. Brandon Rankins comes in. Chandler Galban at quarterback. First down and 10, right at the 35. The Hornets want to win and have a finishing winning note for this season. They hand off to Rankins. Goes to the left side, gets about a half a yard on the play.
And he's brought down by Blaze Zito on that right side, the right end for the Olympians.
Galban this season, 5 touchdowns, 5 interceptions for the Hornets. Thrown for 1,478 yards. The Hornet receivers all jump at the same time. 4 people offsides. We're not going to move it back 20 yards, though, for those that went to a university or a college that allows you to multiply. 4 times 5 is 20. If you're a UCLA fan, you don't care. A whooping is a whooping. So it moves them back 5 yards. Second down and 14. Galban goes back. Gets great protection. Going deep down the field right there and throws that into the hands of Jordan Smith on a comeback route, first down Hornets.
Yeah, Jordan Smith's been heavily involved in the pass game the last 3 games for the Hornets as the offensive line looks as Daniel Medelis, Marcellus Saenz, Nathan Ramirez is your center, and we'll get the left side of that unit in one moment.
Huffman out here to the near side. Smith with him. Galban once again. This time he starts Rankins in motion. Throws it over to Rankins. Is this a double pass? It is. Rankin throws a Corey Neyland chip shot, which is out of bounds about 25 yards to the right. So that's going to take us back on this par 3 hole. So, Corey, that's the first time we've seen a halfback option, and I think it may be the last time we see a halfback option.
We hope so after that last throw. But Brandon Rankins, good coverage downfield by the secondary, that defensive back, Junior Akintunde. Excuse me.
Second down and 10 for Fullerton. Just short of midfield right now. Faked it to Brandon Rankins. Galban goes back. He can step out, rods away from the rush, turns the corner, stays on his feet, goes out of bounds across the 40. I think they're going to mark him out at the 38. No, they do mark him out at the 41. I thought he tippy-toed his way past that, but it'll be a first down and 10 at the 41 for the Hornets. So great decision by Galban. Saw the opening, Corey, and took off running.
Yes, he did. And you know what? Galban can use his legs effectively to move down the field. We'll get that starting unit on defense for San Diego Mesa in just a moment.
Huffman to the near side. Griffith in the slot next to him. Rankins still in the backfield. Galban, straight dive play up the middle. Brandon Rankins gets hit after a gain of 4.
Hits the hole hard, and that starting unit was up front Ethan Smiley, Chris Alba, Kuino Makihele, Charles Scott, John Carroll, Daniel Hawk in the secondary, Blaze Zito also across that defensive line, Arthur Neal, Rael Deloso, Junior Akintunde, and Travis Hall. Those were the starting unit, and that tackle made last play by Dunkley, Mark.
Byers and Kuntz now to the near side of the field. They flip-flop. Galban feels the rush, throws it on a nice little to Griffin coming underneath. He cuts behind Rankins. Rankins throws the block, and a play that should work all night long. Another first down for the Hornets.
Yeah, brought down by Charles Scott.
Corey will get that offensive line for the Hornets in a second, too, for you.
Left side is George Silva is the left tackle.
First down and 10 at the 30. Galban goes back, throws it quickly out near flat. Byers catches it, gets to the 22.
And the left guard is going to be William Peroni, who gets his third start tonight. And as again, Ramirez is the center. On that right side is Signs and Medelis.
That's a gain of 7 on the play. Takes it down to the 23. Byers stays out here on the right-hand side with Kuntz. Second down and 3, right at the 23. Straight dive plays. This time Brandon Rankins gets gang tackled at the 25, and I think that's where they'll mark him down.
Ethan Smiley is first on the scene, along with Chris Alba.
I'm going to get to Ryan Osborn in a second to talk about Brandon Rankins, because everybody doesn't know the Scientologist he is when it comes to football. He knows the game inside now. Ryan gives me that strange look like, Scientology, where are you going with this? But I want you to say a little thing about, because you told me how much he knows about the game.
Absolutely. And you talk to Brandon, one thing that he'll do, picture perfect memory in terms of each and every play.
Galban goes back, throws that out in the flat, picked at the 20, 30, 40, 50, 40, 30, taken down from behind at the 28, no, at the 18. What a great pick on the play.
Baker Melendez stepped through on a throw not quite to the outside of his receiver. Galban left it a little bit short, and Melendez with the great hands makes an outstanding pick. And he returns at about 50. I was going to say 59 yards on the return, but they say 61 officially.
So the Olympians get the big turnover as Gunnar Gray comes out, or Gunnar Gray. It is Gunnar. So I asked Ryan Osborn. He was down here. So Gunnar Gray, great name for a quarterback, as the Olympians have first down and 10 on the 14. Little delay play right up the middle. Goes no play, snuffed out by the team, as it looks like Josh Butler was back there. So a loss of 4 on the play.
So that defensive line for the Hornets, Troy McDonald, Jason Wallace, Sean Morris, and Jordan Rice.
Gunnar looks over. Here comes the defense. They jump. He's got a free play. Flag goes up middle of the field. Incomplete, but it's going to be offsides against defense against the Hornets as 4 jumped across the line.
And actually, Rice doesn't get the start today. Amari Williams gets the start today at the right end. We'll finish up the secondary and linebackers. In the middle will be Jalen Early. Outside backers will be Gil Vasquez and Junior Wiley. In the secondary, led by the safeties, Chandler Brown and Jonathan Smith. The corners on the near side are O'Shea Davis, and the far side will be Jordan Wright, number 23.
Second down and 9 for the Olympians. I think they got the Hornets to jump again. They do. Gunnar goes to the far side. Should held on. If it is, it'll be touchdown. Touchdown, San Diego Mesa.
And that's going to go to Deshaun Owens, his 4th touchdown of the season. Gunnar Gray dropped a perfect pass into the hands of Mr. Owens.
And when you look at Gunnar Gray, that's his 24th touchdown pass of the year against 11 picks. His longest one was 75 yards. So far this season, he's got about 2,028 yards. He throws at a 54% completion ratio. So the turnover ends up being a score for San Diego Mesa, and the Hornets are down quickly. Ball is spotted, kick is up, and the kick is good. So just at the start of this first quarter, the Hornets, who get picked off, it's returned about, how many yards, Corey, you said?
Officially, it was 61.
61-yard return. 3 plays later, it's San Diego 7, the Hornets 0. Here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Ryan Osborn, quickly, I got to go back because you were going to talk about Brandon Rankins, and we were talking about him really being that spiritual person who knows the game of football.
Absolutely. You talk to him and you say, hey, last Saturday there was a second down in the second quarter with about 7 minutes left. What did it look like? And he'll look at you and say, you know what? I saw this block happen. I saw where the safety was set, so I took this decision. He will break down plays piece by piece by piece that he remembers. He picks up what the opposing defense is doing before the quarterback steps to the line. He's an additional offensive general that Fullerton College has on the field while he's out there.
They need to have him today. Kick down the middle. Kashawn Griffin's going to let it dribble. Picks it up at the 23. Gets an open in the outside. At the 40, at the 50. It's now a foot race. If he can stay in, he gets knocked out of bounds at the 30. 2 weeks, Corey. I've been close to calling a touchdown by Kashawn. He came close again. Ryan Osborn just shoved out at the 30-yard line.
Brody Schicker makes the push and the touchdown-saving tackle. Kashawn, his longest 74 on the season. And this time he was gone, except for that last push. Good angle by the coverage team. Let's see if Fullerton can capitalize.
Another thing here, once again, you guys were talking about it. The officials are having to keep score because the scoreboard to our right is out. So that might take a little bit of an effect later on in this game in decision making.
First down. Galban throws it over in the flat, almost then again, and out all by himself with no one covering him. It was Jordan Smith on the far side of the field. No defender picked him up. He was all alone. Galban never saw him.
That would have been picked if he goes to Jordan Smith.
Do you think so?
Yes, I do. I thought it was Akintunde, excuse me. I'm going to miss that Tunde part. Akintunde was there again.
Second down and 10 at the 32. Galban looks over the sideline. Brandon Rankin's there. Smith to the far side of the field. Second down and 10 at the 32. Great run back. They run an option. Galban pitches it at the last second and throws it out of bounds. And they're going to call it an incomplete forward pass.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, he gave it a little push shove. With two hands, it went in front of Brandon Rankins.
As they were still behind the line of scrimmage.
They were still behind the line of scrimmage, so it wasn't an illegal lateral or anything, or an illegal forward pass, and it was incomplete. So it brings up a third down and 10 at the 32. Starting off bumpy for the Hornets here in the first quarter. Galban goes back. He has time. Pump fakes, eats the ball comes out. I'm not sure who ended up with it. Incomplete pass is what they're calling it?
Yeah, his arm was coming forward, and it went straight down, and he comes up wobbly. But the rush on the interior was put on by Daniel Hawk, 6'5" sophomore out of Madison, Wisconsin.
So the Hornets are going to forego a field goal attempt, which would be over 48 yards if they were to try it from here. So it'll be fourth down and 10 at the 32. Great run back. This is where they started. This is where they don't want to stop at. The offense has not been able to get going. Galban feels the pressure. It's coming. Galban over the middle. Sean, he steps, stutters, stops at the 30, gets no further. They turn over the ball on downs.
And they're looking for Kashawn to make a play on that. They needed 10. You go underneath. Brandon Rankins was there as well, but the defense, the linebackers played excellent to prevent them from picking up any yardage after that catch.
Ryan Osborn, you saw San Diego Mesa play. It just seems like they've got a fast defense.
They had a fast defense last time I was here with Golden West College, but it was the first quarter where they end up setting the tone. If they can get on the board early, they have a lot of success. You saw it against San Bernardino Valley. You saw it against Southwestern as well.
Gunnar Gray in the backfield. Back there with him is Patterson. Nice running back. First down and 10. Patterson comes out of the backfield. They throw it in the flat to Patterson. Takes it at the 30. Cuts upfield. Puts down his shoulder. They're going to drive him out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Gain of 7 on the play.
Yeah, that's Junior Wiley and Jonathan Smith coming up. But again, Mark, on the outside, picking up that positive yardage.
Sullivan out wide near side of the field. They try to hand it to Patterson. It gets dropped. Gray falls on top of it. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 6.
Just an update on time. We're sitting at 8.5. 8.5 left in the first quarter.
There is no clock going here. Their scoreboard doesn't work. So if you're waiting for the normal how much time's in a quarter, we'll try and get it accurate. There's not even a score on the scoreboard, so we'll try and keep that score accurate for you up here in the booth. There's motion in the backfield as Patterson was in an upright position, and then Corey, he looked like Mark Pavlovich coming up the ladder. Just couldn't quite hold his balance. I get penalized. I fall back 3 steps. They're going to mark them back 5 yards. It's now 3rd down 11 at the 30 for the Olympians. They're up by 7 on a quick pick and an easy touchdown. Gray looks over, looks at the sideline, trying to get it. Patterson goes from right to left in the backfield. Out wide to the near side of the field is going to be Sullivan. 3rd down and 11 for the Olympians. They throw it to Sullivan, who tries to get a block, doesn't get much. Sullivan gets a gain of about 3 to the 32.
Well played by Vasquez and Smith again. O'Shea Davis was there taking up a block.
One big thing that will be crucial here is special teams. Fullerton last week, 2 blocks on special teams. San Diego Mesa against Golden West, 2 different kicks. 1 a punt and 1 a field goal blocked by the Golden West Rustlers. So special teams is going to play key.
Well, what I liked is everybody's lining up. I'm looking for somebody back deep, and I'm thinking, where are they? Finally, they run somebody out there at the very last second. It's going to hit past the 40, take a kick. The Olympians touch it at the 33, and that's where they're going to mark it down. With, I'm not sure how much time left.
We're sitting at about 6:55.
I got 7 minutes.
Between the two of them, it's right around 7 minutes here in the first quarter.
Split the difference.
6:57?
Yes.
It's the Olympians 7, the Hornets 0 here on SportsNetUSA.net. Don't forget, like always, all our games are brought to you by Miller Toyota of Anaheim. Looking for that newer used Toyota? There's no better place to go than Miller Toyota of Anaheim. Run it straight up the middle. It's going to be a dive play, gain of 2. Trey Edwards now in the game at quarterback. Haven't seen Trey for a couple weeks.
And that was Devin Moore on the run. Let's see if Fullerton opens up the run a little bit more. Remember, Galvin was a little bit slow to get up on that big hit in that last series.
Jordan Tate comes out the near side of the field. Huffman in the slot next to him. Smith still on the field. Trey Edwards at quarterback. 2nd down at 8. Trey runs it right up the middle. Gets a gain maybe of a foot. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and makeable. Hornets offense has not put up a ton of points in the last couple weeks.
Julian Sunderland, the nose tackle, makes the stop. Sunderland, 6'4", sophomore out of El Cajon, Grossmont High School.
Smith and Thomas to the near side of the field. Moore still at running back. Big 3rd down. Trey goes back. Here comes the pressure. He feels it. Tries to get away from it. He gets drugged down before. And right about now, the Fullerton College Hornet is running at a negative attitude offensively.
And it looks like, John Carroll was in there. And he gets his 2nd sack of the season.
Hornets 6-3 overall, 3-1 in conference. Want to end on a positive note? Who knows? Anything could happen before playoffs. They'd like to be 7-3. They don't beat San Diego Mesa. It doesn't matter where they are. It's only going to be a bowl game. High floater hits at the 40, gives a Hornet bounce, trickles down beyond the 20. It's going to stop right at the 17. With about 6 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter, it's the Olympians 7, the Hornets 0 here on SportsNetUSA.net. Golden West next weekend, playoff game on SportsNetUSA.net. And for the Hornets, it should be a bowl game on SportsNetUSA.net. Gunnar Gray comes out. First down and 10, right at the 13 for the Olympians. Run with Gray, tries to get away, gets taken down at the 15.
By Junior Wiley, stays at home, and that's going to be a sack. And Fullerton needs like a defensive score here to really boost their momentum, boost their confidence, as Jacob Vasquez is number 17 and White coming into the safety for Jonathan Smith.
Sullivan to the near side of the field. Last time they threw a pass. Bump and run defense by the Hornets. We'll see if they go in the air if they're the Olympians. Gunnar Gray looks over the sideline. The Hornets back up with a deep safety. Gray goes back, looks, has time, goes in the flat, complete. They're going to call it a catch right past the 25. It'll leave a 3rd down and 2.
Neyland Jackson scooped it up.
Ball now at the Mesa 26-yard line.
Timian. Thought it was an L.
So Timian Jackson goes out to the far side. Sullivan stays to the near side. 3rd down and 2, right at the 25. Gray goes back, throws it out in the flat at the stick. We'll see where the official says he caught the football. It should be a 1st down.
Yeah, it's going to be a 1st down. But again, Owens caught the touchdown pass from 18 yards away. But it looked, because he didn't have control on the first initial catch.
You thought he caught and then re-grabbed it going backwards.
Yeah, and so it was just short, and Ryan said it's just short as well. But
you agree, Ryan?
I do. It looked like once he finally had control, he was behind the line by about a yard. Not much.
The officials say it differently, so it's a 1st down for the Olympians. Right at the 28. Get the sidelines, giving him the go on this one. We'll see if they go back. Here come the Hornets. Creep up. They're after him. They're sailing out. He goes up, hangs in there. He throws it on the dime. Oh! Pretty. Oh, they're going to say he was out of bounds?
They say he's out of bounds.
Wow, what a catch on the far side of the field.
Owens again gets past Jordan Wright. Jordan Wright waits until the receiver gets up to him. Then he turns his hip and goes. By that time, Owens has 2 steps on him and a better pass. Or actually, it was a good pass. If he stays in bounds, that's a big 1st.
Sullivan and Dorsey now to the near side of the field. They look over here. Timian Jackson. So it's Dorsey, Jackson, and Sullivan to the near side of the field. Trips to the left. Gunnar Gray looks over. 2nd down and 10. Steps up a half a yard. Goes back again. Looks through the middle of the field. Incomplete pass as he tries to go to Dorsey coming across the middle.
Yeah, Dorsey was met by Isaac Hurtado. But a nice play by Gray. Looked off his receiver. He knew he was going in the middle all the way to Dorsey. So he looks left. Dorsey clears. Linebacker clears out away. He makes a throw. Hurtado was there.
So it's 3rd down and 10. Same offensive set for the Olympians. Sullivan over here with Dorsey and Jackson. Near side of the field. Trips to this side. Hornets come. Gray going down. Oh, yes. He gets swallowed right at the 15.
And that's Jason Wallace one more time. Again, he's having an excellent season when he's been involved inserted into the starting lineup 4 games ago. That's his 1st sack of the game, 3.5 on the season.
You know what? I think the linebackers really have improved just because of one person up in this booth, Ryan Osborn, who said the linebackers were a little slow early in the season.
And we're looking about 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining.
High floater. Kashan just sort of settles underneath it and then says, nah, I don't think so. And lets it bounce out of the bound. Just short. I think they're going to mark it at the 40. I'm waiting to see the official walk on the field. It should be at about the 42. Well, if you're like Kashawn Griffin and you were just settle on things, well, I tell you what I'd do right about now. I'd settle on a new Toyota. And if I settled on a new Toyota, I'd do it at Miller Toyota of Anaheim. Miller Toyota of Anaheim has been a proud sponsor of SportsNetUSA.net for the last 11 years. So if you're looking for a new or used Toyota, no better place to go than Miller Toyota of Anaheim. First down and 10. Right at the 47, they're going to say was the arc of it. Galban back in, throws it, coming out of the backfield. Brandon Rankins throws it over in the flat, gain of about 2 on the play.
Peyton Sattler now in the ball game at center for the Hornets. The right tackle is Dylan Nichols.
Boy, and I thought he made more yardage on that. They're only going to give him a yard, say a gain of 1 yard on that play. Second down and 9. Brandon Rankins up the middle. Beautiful tackle, hits him low, no gain on the play. The Olympians playing big-time defense, Corey Neyland.
Chris Alba makes the stop.
36 seconds left in the first quarter, roughly?
Sure.
Okay.
Chris Alba, the team's leading tackler, makes the stop.
Name that tune. Galban looks over and says, wait a minute, I can name that tune in 4 notes. The Olympian said, we'll see, here we come. All 4 notes of it, he throws the middle of the field. Taken right there, turn at the corner. It's Thomas. Thomas stays on his feet. That's going to be enough for a first down, just short of the 40. So Thomas with a big game toward the Hornets.
And it's a big gain because it's thrown 7 yards in front of the yard marker to go. So he gets a chip block on the outside from Toby Sanake and picks up the first down with that speed.
Byers, Smith, and Thomas on the other side of the field. Galban goes back, throws it out in the flat again to Brandon Rankins. Gets taken down for a 4-yard loss.
And that stop made by Dondre Dunkley.
Ryan Osborn, they are reacting to the pass well. You saw them against Golden West College. Were the reaction times this fast the last time you saw them?
Yes, they are this good. When you look at how their defensive line plays, they get into the backfield. They don't allow your quarterback to be comfortable. That's exactly what they did with Retzlaff in the early going against Golden West.
Galban fakes it, has time. Now he feels pressure. It's coming from behind. He's got to throw it. He tries to throw it across his body behind and just doesn't have the arm strength to get it to the receiver.
No, and plus you're being chased down by a big guy, Arthur Neal, also Chris Alba, the linebacker. And this defense, you remember after that Golden West game at halftime, it was only 6-3, Ryan, at halftime.
Devin Moore now in at running back for the Hornets. So Moore comes in. Big third down and 14 yards for the Hornets. Looking for something. Haven't found any rhythm out here tonight. Galban has time. He has time. Throws it too far for an incomplete pass. And we've got a flag, and it should be against
Yeah, it's going to
San
be roughing
Diego?
the passer.
Personal foul, roughing the quarterback, number 13.
Daniel Hawk.
15-yard penalty results in a first down.
Guys, this is what kept them in the game against Golden West College, getting opportune penalties when you think about that game.
If that's the only way you can move the ball down the field, you got to take it until you get that rhythm that they're lacking.
I mean, let's just be honest. Every once in a while, that's what helps you, and it's helped them in 2 games. Got to score. Galban, middle of the field, throws it on the money. Touchdown, Hornets. And it was a ball thrown out there, and Thomas, Corey Neyland, ran underneath the football.
And let's give credit to the offensive line who gave Chandler time to throw that ball and wait, because that was not a skinny post. That was a deep post to the middle of the field. Split both safeties, and he made that cut, threw it right to Thomas. That's the way to get back in the ball game.
Ryan Osborn, what he did with that pass, too, is he threw it to a spot and said to Thomas, go run and get it, and Thomas did.
And that's the thing. When you look at Thomas and, like you mentioned, undercuts that route, gets to the football, he doesn't wait for that ball to come over to him.
Kick is blocked. So it's now special teams. You called special teams. It's for another team. It makes now the game the Olympians 7, the Hornets 6 here on Sportsnet, USA.net.
And that was Justin Mancheros.
Guys, can I go back, though, to Galban? I know we've talked about him all season, and we haven't given him a lot of praise. But on that play, Galban says, I'm going to throw it to a certain area. You as my receiver, Ryan Osborn, you need to go run it down because you've got the defensive back behind you.
And the way that, or the area that he threw it to, there were two different options. You had the guy who was wide out to the left, and then you had his initial receiver who comes in for it. So in him throwing it right to the goal line, he's saying, hey, whoever's closest, come and get it. Make sure that you use your athleticism and go and get the football.
No, what go ahead, answer. You're shaking your head no.
I think he waited until he broke out of his cut to throw that ball to the goal line because that's where it was going. It was going to Thomas all the way. Yeah, he threw it kind of to the spot.
Okay.
But I think he threw it more to the receiver.
Okay.
Either way, it was a beautiful throw.
So the Hornets down by 1. Defense held the Olympians there as the Olympians get the return back up to 23. So that's what we love about football and sportsnetusa.net. You get a young view, a middle-aged view, and then a guy that goes way back to when we used to use rocks for football.
But regardless, you see the type of, when Chandler Galvin has time, you see the type of throws he can make. And when he's able to step into those throws, whether he throws it to a spot or whether he throws it to his receiver, good things happen.
It's a good throw.
Yeah.
He can make that good throw.
So Latanza is out there for San Diego Mesa.
Latanza takes it on the drive.
And for Latanza, he only got a couple of handoffs in that game against
Golden
West College.
So
by that point, it was the fourth quarter with about 6 minutes left.
They look like they're really rotating running backs out in this game so far. So Latanza now out at quarterback. Gunnar Gray still at quarterback. They're up by 1. Second down and 10 at the 25. San Diego Mesa against your Hornets from Fullerton. Down by 1 right here as it looks like we're coming to the end of the first quarter. And as we come to the end of the first quarter, it's the Olympians 7, the Hornets 6 here on sportsnetusa.net. Ryan Osborn, the host of the Coaches Show. Corey Neyland, my partner forever, and the old guy. Happy to bring you all these games this year on sportsnetusa.net. And we're even happier to say that Miller Toyota of Anaheim once again has been the proud sponsor of all our sports here on sportsnetusa.net. So if you're that individual that needs that new Toyota, wants to get that used Toyota, or maybe just needs to get that Toyota fixed up, the better place to go in Orange County is only one place. That's Miller Toyota of Anaheim. So take a little time out, go down to Euclid and the 91, tell them that, hey, the 3 old guys, I'm going to put Ryan Osborn in there the way he's moving tonight, from sportsnetusa.net, told us to come on down to Miller Toyota, and you can show us the best deals that you have here in Orange County. They'll let you know, as we do always, every week here on sportsnetusa.net. So once again, we want to thank Miller Toyota, the proud sponsor of community college sports, but most of all, education. That's Miller Toyota of Anaheim. So the Hornets, in second place in conference, can seal the deal tonight. They will get a bowl game most likely next week. Make sure you check the homepage at Fullerton College Sports to find out where. And you'll see what's going on with that. Second down and 10 at the 25 for the Olympians, who are up by 1 point as we start this second quarter. Ryan, Corey, myself, Gabby downstairs. Flip it over. Looks right down the middle. Sullivan on a quick slant. Corey Neyland all the way out to the 40.
It was quick. Linebackers for Fullerton didn't have time to react. We got new middle linebackers, Marcellus Gaines. Hurtado and Vasquez remain the same. Pavel Sloboda, Bryce Dunnick, Gabriel Mott, and Dimitri Hernandez on the offensive line. Near side corner is Christian Cross. Far side is Elijah Griffin.
Sullivan comes out. Owens replaces him. Sullivan grabbed his shoulder on the play, so he comes out. First down and 10 at the 40 for the Olympians. Here they come. Gray sidesteps, looks in the middle of the field, and who's he go to? He goes exactly to the guy that came in. They call it a caught. Owens goes down and gets the football.
And another outstanding catch. That's about 18 yards on a pass and catch right in front of Salen Streeter and Jonathan Smith, the safeties.
No one's had 4 different catches that really got them good field position in that game against Golden West College. He's an outside threat that you can watch for Gunnar Gray.
Owens to the near side. Dorsey to the far side. Patterson, the running back. Gunnar Gray looks over. First down and 10 at the 35 for the Olympians. They're on the move again. They're up by 1 here in the second quarter. Gray goes back. Throws it over the flat. Tries to get it to Dorsey over there. Comes a little short. Incomplete pass. 2nd down and 10.
And what they're doing is they're hitting Fullerton with the quick hitters and trying to get the ball out of their quarterback's hands behind an offensive line of Alex Nagy, Darius Gordon, Ethan Nilsson, Andrew Johnson, and Chris Gonzalez.
2nd down and 10. Sullivan still to the near side. Dorsey to the far side. Patterson at running back. Gray at quarterback. 2nd down and 10 at the 35 for the Olympians. They're within striking distance now. They're up by 1, trying to extend their lead early here in the 2nd quarter. Pressure comes. Throws it out there. This time it's dropped. Go back to one of the receivers you thought you had. Turn around, look at him, and say, hey, here you go, Dorsey. One more time. That time hitting the hands. Worst place to throw it to receiver.
Well, I think it was behind him because Dorsey had to come back with him. He was coming out like this on the near side with head over his left shoulder. He has to turn back and turn his body. Still, would have been a tremendous catch.
3rd down and 10 at the 34. So the Olympians, 2 big plays, and now, oh, wait, maybe the car's sputtering just a little. See if the pressure comes. The Hornet doesn't look like they're bringing extras. See if they come off the corners, and we're going to get timeout. So with timeout here in the 2nd quarter, it's the Olympians 7, the Hornets 3, 6 here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Ryan Osborn, you look at this Hornet team this year, and you really do have to say the glass was more than half full. I know everybody thought, hey, they probably are going to win the conference, probably would go to a title game early in the year. Then we all started to have second doubts. Then in that Golden West College game, it was a dogfight. You've been out there for Golden West and Fullerton, one of the best community college football games I've ever seen.
And this is that game was one of those types of games where, I mean, all 3 of us were talking about it afterwards. SportsNetUSA.net covers both the Hornets and the Rustlers. And we came away from that game going, you know what? We're fine with either team winning. This was a fun matchup. Defense was at a premium. Yards were at a premium. Special teams made an appearance as well. Every aspect of the game showed up on that football field between both sides. And like you mentioned, one of the funnest football games that we've ever seen here on SportsNetUSA.net. And it was truly the type of game you want from 2 teams going up for a conference championship.
Oh, I tell you what, if you like real football, which is usually defense, that's what you saw. The Hornets on a jailbreak, 1-on-1, shove the receiver out of bounds. Now you're getting the flag, and they're going to call pass interference against the Hornets.
Uncatchable ball, but still, you can't go ahead and push a guy on a route.
So the Hornets get a flag. And, Corey, that was almost I'm beaten, so I'm going to take the penalty if you look at the Hornets side.
Well, you have to. Even if there was a way for Antoine Sullivan to make that catch, it would have been tremendous, but still, that's a good call by the official.
So Sullivan comes to the near side.
1st and 10 Olympians, the ball at the Fullerton 20.
Zito is with him here in a tight formation. 1st and 10 at the 20. Gunnar Gray looks things over. They're on the move again. They're up by only 1 point, 7-6. Here in the 2nd, we get a little motion that's going to go against the Olympians, moving back 5 yards.
Could be Andrew Johnson.
Number 74, 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
Nice call, Corey Neyland.
For Mesa,
Got to keep warm.
ball at the Fullerton 25.
Still can see at your age. I like that, especially since you're driving us home.
That's a good thing.
1st and 15 now at the 25. Hornets really haven't gotten to Gray on a pass rush. We'll see what they can do here. The Olympians. They run it straight off the middle. Nice little dive play just there.
So they counter to the left side. Everything flowing to the right. They counter to the left. Caught Fullerton with an aggressive rush. Right pass where Jason Wallace, who has the only sack today for Fullerton, coming across the line.
And Akatunde has a nice little run on that one.
Ball back at the 20.
So they get a gain.
And what a wonderful athlete. Plays cornerback on defense and running back on offense.
Junior Akintunde out there at running back for Mesa. 2nd down and 10 at the 20. Gray goes back, steps into his pass. He streaks it. Oh, I tell you what, throw a bullet, baby. Jackson just said, let me cut, look for the ball, touchdown. That was a dime.
Talk about a BB. I mean, that one, we heard that whizzing from up here. I mean, that was just a nice little skinny post into the inside. And Fullerton didn't know if they were in man-to-man in the zone. Elijah Griffin lets him go. Salen Streeter, nowhere to be found, coming to the outside instead of the inside. Just a wonderful play by San Diego Mesa. They've come to play.
So the point after, ball is spotted, kick is up, and the kick is good. So as we're into the quarter, here in the second quarter, it's now the Olympians 14, the Hornets 6. Here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Corey Neyland, Ryan Osborn, and the old guy with no scoreboard, no sideline sights. Oh, finally, somebody goes down there and changes all the numbers. Good. He finally is going to give us our 6, I think. Let's see.
It is now 14-6.
Yeah, well, I'm waiting to see which college he went to.
He's got it.
You sure?
Oh, yeah.
He's got Cal State Fullerton colors on, so I wasn't quite sure.
No, that's not Cal State Fullerton colors.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
But again, San Diego Mesa, their offensive total 351 yards per game. On the ground, 108. Through the air, 242. They average 30 points a game.
12 minutes to go here in the first half. The Hornets are down by 8. What a pass by Gunnar Gray. I tell you what, if there was a little fog going on out there, you could have used that as a tracer coming across there. Kick down there. They run it. Kuntz keeps it himself, fakes it, goes up the middle, cuts back. Looked like he was on maybe a carnival ride as he was swinging the one arm, running the football with the other, and got himself across the 30 to the 32. So with 12-17 to go here in the second half, it's the Olympians 14, the Hornets 6 on Sportsnet, USA.net. Bowl game next weekend for the Hornets. Playoff game next weekend for Golden West College. Both those games here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Hornets looking to answer. Come on out just at the 32-yard line. Galban across the middle. Gives it to Kashan. He gets it. Nice pick out of the air on a crossing route about 25 yards deep for a first down.
Yeah, 23 yards officially, and they given him time to throw the ball down the field. It's a deep square in, and it was a wonderful play, and we'll see if they get the ground game going here with Brandon.
Byers on the near side of the field. They go back. They throw over. Who they thought? They throw it to Byers. Byers steps out at the 40-yard line. Gain of 7 on the play. Across the 40, down to the 39.
Yeah, they want to say we're going to get Chandler involved in the game, get him some more rhythm so he can be effective throwing the ball down the field. Looks like Donovan Warren was there for the Olympians.
Kuntz and Byers, the left side of the field, near side of the field. Kashawn Griffin, far side of the field. Brandon Rankins goes in motion. They throw back, throw to Byers. Byers just picks out of the air, ball comes out and hits the ground, incomplete pass. So Byers catches it, goes down. When he goes down, the ball hits the ground. They call it incomplete. It's going to bring up a third down and about 5.
Talk about a screen that was going nowhere, gentlemen. I mean, the screen door was closed shut. Brick wall planted up in front of it. They was going nowhere, gentlemen. William Perrone now back in at right guard for Sherrod Green.
Brandon Rankin stays in there. Third down and 5. They're going to mark it just at the 39-yard line. Big third down play. Hornets have hit some big plays, but have not been able to do anything after that once again. Brandon Rankins gets in the middle. He finds an opening to the outside. He's got to turn it upfield. Corey Neyland, he runs from left to right instead of going up the field. If he goes up the field, he's got a first down.
Yeah, Braden Huffman had the block initially, and Huffman did a nice job. If he had have turned the ball up inside the 40-yard line instead of trying to take it out, he would have barreled himself in for a first down.
4.5 yards right at the 36-yard line. They look over. Rankin stays in at running back. This is a type of play that if you're San Diego Mesa, plug the middle because they tried to do it against Golden West. And Galban drops it. And talk about a drop that gets you a first down. I tell you what, Ryan Osborn, that was magic. I dropped the ball. You whiff on tackling on me. I pick it up, and I run 5 yards for a first.
Nice awareness there by Galban as well, because he not only secures the football, but takes a peek upfield to see where exactly that defender was committed to, and then he makes his move.
First down for the Hornets. Galban gets the Hornets, keep moving at quarterback. Goes back once again. Moore sneaks out of the backfield. Galban runs on his own, throws to the sidelines, incomplete pass. Good coverage there by the Olympians.
About 10 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The Olympians did a nice job. And on that third down play where Brandon Rankins went to the outside, Jacob Wiggins, 6-foot sophomore, did a nice job of blowing up the play. If he doesn't blow up the play, Fullerton doesn't pick up that positive yardage and get close enough to go for it on fourth down.
Moore swings out. Galban looks, turns, throws. Is it caught or dropped? It is caught right at the yard marker. And Corey, I couldn't see from over here if it actually was caught by Byers, but it was as he go down, so picks it off the ground.
Rael DeLosa, again, who out of Lincoln High School in San Diego.
First down and 10 at the 20. So Galban's hand is hot right now, and he's dealing. If you're a Hornet fan, you just want 4 aces right about now. Galban feels the pressure, throws it to Moore, coming out of the backfield, turns the corner, stays on his feet, gets a gain of 5 on the play.
Another slip tackle. That play was read well by the backer. All it is, if he makes the tackle, there's a gain of nothing. But again, Devin Moore getting this chance to shine in the last few games.
Moore stays in at running back. Huffman comes to the near side of the field. Kashawn Griffin with him. Moore at the running back. Galban at quarterback. Stands in there, takes the pressure across the middle of the field. Good double coverage as he was trying to hit Coots coming across right at the end zone line.
Alba dropped back, and on the coverage was Charles Scott. So Alba, the middle linebacker, dropped back into coverage perfectly. Charles Scott was defending and trailing. If Alba doesn't drop back and make it harder for Galban to throw the ball, that's an easy 6.
Third down and 5.
Third down from the 16-yard line.
Same formation. Big third down. Hornets looking to pick up at least 5. They'd like to get a touchdown here. Trailing right now 14-6. Galban gets lots of things. Goes deep for the end zone. Tries to get it to Griffin, and Griffin was covered. He was blanketed on that play. And again, double coverage on the outside by the Olympians.
Yeah, it had to be a perfect throw. It wasn't quite perfect. It was a nice throw, but Ethan Smiley was covering Griffin on the outside.
So the Hornets decide, well, it's just a little too tough to crack the nut. We'll just take the leaves off the tree. They're coming in to try a field goal. Ball will be spotted at the 22. You add 10. It is a 32-yard attempt. Ball is spotted. Kick is up. Does it have enough? Crawls its way over, and the Hornets get on the board. So with 9 minutes to go here in the second quarter, it's now the Hornets down by 5. It's the Olympians 14, the Hornets 9 here on SportsNetUSA.net. Well, until they win, they're the Hornets. We'll call them the Hornets once they take the lead here on SportsNetUSA.net. Corey Neyland, Ryan Osborn, and I, the old guy, happy to be in San Diego on a successful season for a lot of us here as Hornet fans on SportsNetUSA.net.
And, Mark, I want to go back to that field goal attempt. You know, just a few moments ago, you had the extra point get blocked, but nonetheless, he steps in there, gets a quality kick away, and gets it through the uprights.
Yeah, and the thing is, you know, you don't carry week to week. Last week he missed a field goal. You don't carry that. Yeah, hey, game's over. What happened last week is history. And if the Hornets can live that way, they can come out with a victory tonight against this very tough Olympian team. Trailing by 5, little pooch kick in the middle of the field. We've seen this. It hits the ground, live ball picked up there. And the big man says, let me rumble. Mom and Dad are in the stands. I'm going, oh, wait a minute. I only went 3 yards. But they're at the 40. And so they start with great field position. And so far, Their offense has been more than efficient against this Hornet defense.
Araujo makes the run back, the starting tight end here on sophomore night at Mesa. And again, Fullerton on defense. Fullerton's only giving up less than 70 yards on the defensive side of the ball, 64.5 yards per game. And that's on the run.
Junior Akatunde comes up, gets the ball, comes off tackle, gets a gain of about 2.
And Akintunde did a nice job. He does a little bit of a slow start with that handoff. Bryce Dunnick was already in the backfield and makes a stop.
So Junior now in there running back. Gunnar Gray and Junior in the backfield. 2nd down and 8, just across the 40 at the 42. Hornets almost come. They just try, and they swallow them up. What a great rush by the defensive line, because they jumped when that ball was high.
Yeah, it looked like Bryce Dunnick got a big start, but again, he didn't get into that neutral zone. Dimitri Hernandez on the right side in the end came up and tripped him for the sack. And for Dimitri, that's going to be his first sack of the season.
Dimitri Hernandez, Bryce Dunnick in on the sack.
Now 1.5 sacks on the season.
Takes it all the way back to the 35. 3rd down and 15. The Hornets walk their linebackers up. Hornet defense. It's been playing tough all year long. Gray looks over. Junior still in at running back. Here they come, and all that blitz coming and throwing the high fly ball into the corner, and they were both out. Both the receiver and the defender stepped out of bounds. Therefore, no flag on the play, brings up a 4th down.
Anthony Gilpin, well defended by O'Shea Davis.
Long pass intended for Anthony.
So the Hornet defense, once again, makes a stop, and Kashawn Griffin comes back on the field. It's been close the last couple weeks. It's going to stand at about the 25-yard line. He's looked at Tom Deep more than once and said, I'll break one, I'll break one, I'll break one. Here comes the kick. Griffin, you can yell, kill, 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 and then decides, no, I'm going to back off, and the ball's going to roll dead right at the 23. With just under 8 minutes to go in the first half, it's the Olympians 14, the Hornets 9, here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Corey, over to my right. Ryan to my left. Gabby hanging out with San Diego Mesa people here on SportsNetUSA.net. Going to have a talk with that young lady on the way home. I know we all wearing blue and white, but that doesn't mean we're rooting for the same teams. So Trey Edwards comes in at quarterback now for the Hornets. Nice to see Trey back on the field for us. Sean Griffin goes in motion from left to right. Edwards goes back, throws out in the flat. Nice pitch. Thinking it was going to get hit. I like Braden Huffman catches the ball. He was waiting for the impact. He caught it and stood there. It was like, oh my goodness. Wait a minute, where's the defender? I could have been running. Braden, next time take off running, baby. They just don't want to tackle you. 1st down and 10 for the Hornets.
A 24 on the pass and catch.
Huffman to the near side of the field. Griffin with him on the near side of the field. Edwards at quarterback. 1st down and 10 across the 40. Trey said, that looked pretty good. I'm going to run. I'm going to stop. I'm going to run. I'm going to stop. I'm going to stay in bounds and get a gain of 2 on the play.
Huffman had 6 receptions last week against Golden West.
Shifty feet for Trey Edwards. And on a night like tonight, yeah, it is shivery and slivery with Trey Edwards. We're all bundled up here like Christmas is coming. Oh, wait a minute. Thanksgiving's next week, isn't it? Should have the Turkey Bowl again. We're going to have bowl games. Trey Edwards goes back, feels the pressure, rolls away. Oh, it's open field. We're going to get a flag. No flag on the play. Trey spins across the 50, down at the 49, and we have a player down for the Olympians. Gets up slowly, not hurt. Corey, you thought you saw maybe a grab on the play.
Yeah, the wrestling was on earlier on on SportsNetUSA.net. ELAC College, at ELAC College, the championships, and thought Daniel Medelis had a 2-point takedown.
3rd down and 2 for the Hornets. Yeah, you're on the same station. If you're a little confused with that, no, this is sportsnetusa.net. We're calling football right now.
I just said 90.
We heard you.
Yeah, I didn't finish it. That's how fast I was driving after I took a little trip.
Trey goes back, looked, turned, caught. They're going to call it a reception. It is. What a beautiful catch on the far side of the field.
15 yards down the sideline, Toby Sanake comes back. It should have been, it was a back shoulder throw. A little bit more back of the shoulder than necessary.
In the words of Mark Pavlovich, it was a quality catch.
First down, Hornet. We're at the Mesa 35.
Yes, it was.
1st down and 10 at the 35. Trey steps back, throws across the middle of the field. Once again, hey, if you've got a receiver that can catch the football when it's thrown at you, you might as well just keep the quality rolling. And that's what he does with 2 passes, quality to the left of me, quality to the right of me. 1st down, Hornets.
Rael DeLosa, again, they're working on him on the right side. And that's 2 catches in a row from Sanake.
1st down and 10 for the Hornets. Trey has had time. Offensive line has been protecting him well, Corey Neyland. Trey gets ready to go. Steps back. Brandon goes out the flat. Trey has the middle of the field open. It says, I'm just going to fling it, Corey. He didn't set his feet. He just flung it with his arm.
This time he rushed it. The last 2 throws, actually the first 3 throws on the drive, he stepped back, set his feet, thrown, stepped into it. This time he rushed it because he saw Toby and touchdown at the same time.
There was nobody around him.
Oh, man.
2nd down and 10. Right at the 18-yard line. Hornets on the move with 4 minutes to go here in the 1st half. Trey steps back, says, you know what? I'm going to do it one more time. Oh, I was going to call it, but defense out-trumped me on that play for the Olympians.
In his hands, but again, Justin
Broken up by number 37,
Daniel McCoy knocks it out of bounds.
Ryan Osborn, there's nothing like going to a person that you feel like's got a hot catching hand, and that's what Trey has done the last 4 passes. 3rd down and 10 at the 18. Hornets need to go. Trey Edwards goes back, feels the pressure. He goes 4 times in a row, 4 times in a row, 5 times in a row. 1st and goal for the Hornets.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, especially on this drive, and there's a penalty.
And it's in the backfield, so are they coming back because it's against the Hornets or what?
Foul. Hands to the face. Number 75 on the defense.
Oh.
So it's a personal foul against the Olympians. They'll mark off half the distance to the goal. That's going to put the ball right at the 1-yard line. So it'll be 1st and goal at the 1.
Brandon Rankins has 11 touchdowns this season, which leads the team.
It leads the Southern California Football Association in rushing touchdowns for the season with 11. Brandon Rankins is now in for 12 for the season. 1 dozen. Big ones for the big man who got hit in the backfield and refused to go down.
And that's the difference between a missed tackle and sure tackling. If the tackling last week at Golden West wasn't so sure, Fullerton
would be going to the playoffs instead of a bowl game.
Yes.
So now the Hornets looking to be up 16-14 if they can make this extra point. A little surprised they weren't going for 2, Corey Neyland.
You don't need to chase the points yet.
And here comes the timeout on the field because I think you're going to see a change, Ryan Osborn. Do you go for 2? Corey Neyland says you don't chase the points now, so I'm going to ask you. Go for 2?
I don't think you need to yet. Just take the points on the board.
And Olympian fans, the snack bar on the east side of the
3
stadium.
minutes and 33 seconds left in the quarter.
What did he say?
3 minutes, 33 seconds left in the quarter.
Yeah, the snack bar on the east side of the stadium open for business. Please wear your mask when you're ordering. Thank you.
So the official time in the field is 3:33. We have no official time anywhere that we can see. So the Hornets are going to go for the extra point. Ball is spotted. Kick is up. And the kick is good. So with 3 minutes and 33 seconds to go, it's now the Hornets 16, the Olympians 14, here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Ryan Osborn, Corey Neyland, Mark Pavlovich. It's been a fun season this year. No, none of us are happy because of COVID. None of us are happy because we're still not all safe during this holiday season.
I think we confused the score. Fullerton's up 16-14.
That's what I said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I said.
So they didn't need to chase the points.
No, they're up 16-14. I thought they might go to be up by 3. That's why I was asking.
Oh, okay.
Instead of 2.
You confused me.
Oh, okay. So they're up.
And I confused myself.
There we go. Well, you know, that's what happens.
You still got to get home. Be careful what you say.
I know. I just said that's what happens. Hey.
You're buying donuts. You can ride.
That's it. Yeah, I'm being the nice guy. Gabby and I are going to be happy on the ride home. They fake a reverse, going to the outside at the 30, taken down at the 42. I was more concerned about getting a ride home than watching the kickoff.
And they put up a little Tim Burns action.
Yeah, a little chicanery out there. A little sleight of hand.
Fullerton did it first. Now the Olympians come back and say, if you can do it, we can do it.
All the way up to the 38-yard line. So the Hornets up by 2, 16-14 here in the first half. Gunnar Gray comes back out. Patterson back in at running back for the Olympians. First down and 10 at the 38. Gray's thrown some BBs with his attempts tonight. Hornets bring everybody up. Gray hands it off to Patterson. Patterson is going to lose yards on the play. He's going to be down at the 35, a loss of 3 on the play.
Sean Morris, big number 98, he makes the tackle and now comes out.
So we're just a little over 3 minutes here in the first half. The Hornets up by 2 on a close football game tonight on a chilly night here in San Diego.
Elijah Mott back in for Morris.
Gray goes back. We get a flag on the play. It should be against the Hornet. Throw over the flat. Incomplete pass. Every confusion, but a free play for the Olympians, and we'll see what the call is.
That's the 5th jump by the Hornets in this first half.
Offsides against the Hornets.
And I believe their second offside, correct?
Yeah.
Encroachment, defense, number 96, 5-yard penalty, replay the play.
So they have been flinchy all first half thus far, but they have the lead at 16-14, about 2.5 minutes remaining.
So Mott jumps just a little. It's going to make it 2nd down and 7 for him right at the 42-yard line. Patterson still in at the running back. Gray now switches it from left to right, then looks back over there. Patterson on the left side of the formation, the strong side. Here come the Hornets, blitzing from the strong side. Throw it out in the flat, throws it to Dorsey. Dorsey goes down at the 45-yard line. So Dorsey picks that one up. It's going to make it a 3rd down and a long 3 from the 45. Patterson now comes in near side of the field. Dorsey goes the far side of the field. They go back. We're going to get a flag again. Throwing over to Sullivan. Sullivan catches it one hand, but definitely out of bounds on the play. But a beautiful catch by Sullivan on that one.
Again, do we have another offside?
Well, they let the play go, so it's got to be against the Hornets. And it is. So automatic first down as they cross midfield with 2 penalties. They're going to mark it right at the 50. So it'll be first down and 10 for the Olympians. Just under 2 minutes here in the first half, trying to get on the board. They're trailing by 2. Like to get down into field goal range and take the lead in at halftime. Patterson, the running back. Gray, the quarterback. Sullivan in the slot on the far side of the field. A double stack in the slot on the far side of the field. Gray goes back, steps up, goes across the middle of the field. Incomplete pass. 2nd down and 10, right at the 50.
From midfield for the Olympians.
Sullivan stays to the near side of the field. Dorsey in the slot.
2 minutes in the quarter. 2 minutes left in the quarter.
I was giving you quick time, Mark. There's 2 minutes remaining now.
There we go. Well, like we said, we have no scoreboard tonight. So we're guessing at time, trying to stay close for you while you're watching this game. Big 2nd down and 10. Hornets come with everybody. Gray steps up, goes there, hit, nice pass, nice catch. Easily taken right there for a gain of 7 on the play. And you've got to like the throwing that you get from him and a nice little BB.
Jacob Vasquez with a nice stop. Good form tackle. And Jalen Early, again, we call Jalen Early's name a lot. He may not have a lot of sacks, but he puts the quarterback pressures on all season long.
3rd down and 3 for the Olympians. San Diego Mesa once again across midfield trying to get on the board. The Hornets have brought pressure, and yet we get a flag, and this time it's got to be against, and it is. It is against San Diego Mesa as they flinch to the pressure the Hornets are bringing here in the first half. Hornets 16, the Olympians 14. Ryan, Corey, Gabby, and the old guy. Happy to bring you Fullerton College football tonight on Sportsnet, USA.net. So now it's 3rd down and 8, just across the 50. The Olympians flip-flop the field, bring trips to this side. Patterson still at running back. Gray looking over the defense. They walk up gently. Gray goes back, 4th down rushman. They put it over here. Dorsey gets it. Dorsey steps out at the 41. So it's going to leave him a yard short. It's more like a foot. 4th down and a foot at the 40. So the big guys come in. Araujo comes in now.
Casey Coleman, or excuse me, not Casey Coleman, but Caden Rogers.
Tight formation. Run it up there. Hit short. And it's going to go over and downs on a nice defensive play as they take out Daniel as he's running the ball.
Yeah, you said Araujo came in. Coleman came in as well. And they did a nice job of stacking that left side for enough for Jonathan Smith to come up from his safety. Position and makes the stop. But again, the running back slipped just a little bit before he gained traction and trying to pick up that 1st down.
We're close. You know, at our age, close is good enough.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. Galban comes back in at quarterback. Hornets up by 2. Goes back. Gets suffocated in the backfield. If that was a sleepover, I'd be calling my parents and asking them to take me home.
Sanderlin again. Or was that Ezra Christensen?
30 seconds to go on a big 9-yard loss.
And it was Christensen on that sack.
Galban looks things over. Moore at running back. See if they just hand it off on this play, Corey Neyland, to take the lead. They do. Give it to Devin Moore. Devin Moore gets out to the 39, and that should be the last play of this first half. As the Hornets start to gather and head towards the locker room, and everybody slides off the field, that's going to take us to a very exciting first half of community college football here on Sportsnet, USA.net. It's the Hornets 16, the Olympians 14 on Sportsnet, USA.net. Remember, like always, here on Sportsnet, USA.net, all these games are brought to you by Miller Toyota of Anaheim. That's right. You're looking for that new Toyota? Maybe graduation is coming along and you're looking for that Toyota for your child, or maybe you just have a bunch of Toyotas in that front and you're saying, gosh, I need to get new tires. I need to get them tuned up. I just need this ding cleaned out. No better place to go than Miller Toyota of Anaheim. Go to Euclid in the 91 and tell Miller Toyota of Anaheim The guys from SportsNetUSA.net sent us and heard you got the best deals in Southern California. Miller, Toyota of Anaheim, a proud sponsor of community college sports, but most of all, education. That's Miller, Toyota of Anaheim. Well, let's get ready for a little community college football in the second half as the Hornets are up by 2. It's the Hornets 16, the Olympians 14 on SportsNetUSA.net. I don't know. I think we lost Corey Neyland. I hope we got a ride home. I didn't say something that cost us a ride, did I? Because
No,
we better take this equipment down fast and catch the team bus. That's all I can say.
I think we just lost him in the onshore flow. That's bringing in Hayes here at San Diego Mesa.
There we go. Little squib kick down the middle of the field. Picked up on a nice bounce at the 35. Taken out to the 45 by the Olympians. And that's where we'll start this second half. Trailing by 2 here on SportsNetUSA.net. The Olympians coming back out. Owens goes to the far side of the field. Sullivan lined up here on the near side of the field. Jackson in the slot next to him. Gunnar Gray in at quarterback. First down and 10 for the Olympians at the 45. Jackson goes in motion. They hand it off to Patterson. Patterson cuts at the 50, at the 40, stays on his feet, refuses to go down. Patterson gets driven out of bounds, should be around the 27-yard line.
That's the type of explosiveness that he put on display a couple weeks back against Golden West that got them the opportunity to really be in it against the Golden West Rustlers. Gets to the outside, follows that lead block. He waits for it to set up, and then he runs behind it.
So Patterson takes it all the way down to the 27. First down and 10 for the Olympians. Right there, so a quick start to start off this second half. Gray looks over. The Hornets walk up the defense, back out. They hand it off to Patterson again. This time Patterson gets taken down quickly. And that's Alex Nagy that makes the play on that for the Hornets. Loss of 2 on the play. Sullivan comes to the near side of the field. Jackson goes in the slot on the far side of the field. Dorsey outside of him. Patterson at running back. Second down and 12. Patterson goes in motion. Now lines up in the slot. Empty backfield for the Olympians. Here comes the pressure. He goes to Patterson. Patterson was running in on the play, Ryan. He should have been running to the outside.
Yeah, and he tried to fight his way through Jonathan Smith, it looked like initially. And as he was trying to get his way past the 20-yard line, looked to his left because, as you mentioned, he thought it was going to be back towards the middle, and it's floated back over towards the sideline.
Third down and 12 now at the 30. 17, Patterson at the backfield. Sullivan, number 17, at the 30-yard line. Once again, you look at the far side of the field, it's going to be Dorsey and Jackson. Big third down and 12 right at the 30 for the Olympians. Here it comes. Gray steps out, feels the pressure, throws in the flat, gets it to Sullivan. Sullivan gets thrown out of bounds at the 12-yard line. First down, Olympians. So Gray's mobility allows him to make that pass a completion, and they move the ball.
It's also a nice break coming out of that route because he runs up to about the, we'll say the 15-yard line, takes one step to his left, gets the defender to bite, spins and turns, makes himself open. One of the big things about the San Diego Mesa receiving corps is that they present their hands as a target, bring it outside so that way there's always an opportunity for Gray to look downfield and see where he's throwing.
First down and 10. They hand it off to Patterson. Patterson gets stuffed in the backfield, easily taken down there as Patterson runs into Hernandez, and Hernandez drops him for a loss. So Hernandez makes the big defensive play for the Hornets.
This is a big defensive opportunity here for the Hornets because remember last week, Mark, against the Rustlers, coming out of the half, the Rustlers got the football to start, and they scored on that opening drive. It set the tone for the second half.
It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 12 right at the 15. Gray looks over. Patterson still in the backfield. Gray goes back, looks for the corner, backpedals, throws it out of the end zone. Nobody has a play on that one. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 12.
Backpedaling on the far side. It looked initially like it was Chandler Brown who was trying to drop back into coverage on that. Like you mentioned, Mark, he was just trying to float that one up there in hopes that his receiver could get underneath it and box someone out.
So big 3rd down play for the Hornets. Gray looks things. Patterson still in the backfield. Sullivan to the near side of the field as a receiver. Dorsey to the far side of the field. Throw in Jackson just for a little action out there in the slot. Hornets back off. Gray comes up. Here comes the pressure. They go over. Push off by Sullivan, but there was a non-catchable pass during the battle in the corner. No flag on the play.
And Gray, he's just trying to bring it right to the pylon, the only spot where his receiver could get to it. But as you mentioned, it happened earlier on this drive, just about three plays before. Miscommunication between him and the receiver. He goes for the pylon. The receiver was looking back towards the middle.
So they're going to attempt a field goal. It'll be spotted at the 21. You add on 10. It's a 31-yard attempt. Ball is spotted. Kick is up. And the kick is good. So the Olympians move down the field, and once again, it's that slim 1-point lead for the Olympians here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Ryan Osborn and the old guy. Corey Neyland is, well, he's lost someplace. Corey, you know what? I bet you Corey Neyland's actually looking for a new watch so he can tell me what time it is when we go into this. Is we're running without a scoreboard. We're running without a running clock on a scoreboard, so we guess at the time up here. But the one thing we know is a fact, Ryan Osborn, it's a close game. The Olympians are up by 1.
This is exactly what the Olympians showed last week against Southwestern as well. You look at them, and they had the opportunity on offense to move up and down the field at will. Whenever they needed to get up and down the field, get a nice drive going, 10 plays or more, they had that. You look at this tonight. Coming out of the half, they needed a good drive to answer what Fullerton did at the end of the second quarter. They did exactly that.
So we'll see if the Hornets can answer. It looks like when they come out to start something, they stutter. Let's see if they can get that hot start to start this second half. Kuntz and Griffin back deep for the Hornets. They'll stand at the 15. We'll see if they'll kick it away to either one of these young men that do have speed or just pop it up in the middle of the field. Deep kick. Kuntz backpedals. Takes it at the 5. Stutter steps. Looks for a block. Cuts the outside. Stays on his feet. Gets taken out of bounds right at the 26-yard line. They're going to give him the 27. So the Hornets get 1st down and 10, trailing by 1 early in the third quarter here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Third quarter. Start of the second half here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Galban comes out at quarterback. Kashawn Griffin goes in motion from left to right. Galban goes back, looks to throw over here, goes to Huffman. Huffman catches it, brings it in across the 40. They should give him to the 41. Oh, wow. Interesting. They give him that on the catch, but now they get, let's see where they spot this. He caught this at the 41, got driven back. They're going to put him down at where he got driven back at, not where he caught the football.
They're going to say when he shifted his hips, he was reestablishing position. And that's why they bring it back 2 yards.
1st down and 10 at the 38. Galban, quick set, feels the pressure, steps outside, hopes his receiver goes downfield. He does, throws for him, incomplete. As he tries to throw for Smith, breaking downfield, and Ryan, it was just one of those impromptu plays that didn't come in.
Yeah, and Mark, I think here in this third quarter, you got to find that one guy on the receiving core who you can look to and say, you know what, when we need a big play, when we need a chunk of 7 or 8 yards, let's go to you. Last week, it was Braden Huffman, and they had the opportunity to get it to him 8 different times, and he finished with over 80 yards receiving and a touchdown. Who is going to be that guy here in the third quarter?
Brandon Rankins comes into the backfield now. 2nd down and 10. Galban looks over the defense. The pressure has been on him. Here they come. Galban has to set his feet. Turns, throws it out there. Nice little pitch and catch. Finally thrown out of bounds. They should mark him short of the 50. Speaking of looking for the big man and hoping he comes back, look who showed up. The mystery voice here on SportsNetUSA.net.
You know what, Mark? I think he smelled that barbecue that's been floating around here at the top of the press box and decided, I'm going to get a piece of that.
Chili. I think he was
That's true.
smelling chili. First down. They give him the first down. Galban goes back. Feels pressure. Flings it up. It's going to be out of bounds. Just throwing it away. Nice play by Galban. Deciding just to throw that one away.
Pass intended for Braden Huffman. Incomplete. Quino Macahaley defending. 2nd and 10 from the Hornet 49.
Second down. 49. Galban. Here comes the pressure. Looks for the opening. Across the middle.
Oh, wow.
It looked like, okay, now tell me if Kashawn was held onto. Was her love affair going across in the middle of the field?
It seemed like there was a wraparound on the back shoulder of Kashawn Griffin. So as he comes across the middle, kind of a little bit of a tug, and then the extra hand comes in as well.
It's like that game we saw earlier.
Oh, that UCLA game?
No harm, no foul. No blood, no call.
That wasn't a game. That was a spanking.
I was okay.
Here comes the pressure. Galban has to step into it. He does. Throws over in the flat. Incomplete pass out of bounds. And a flag at the 45. Hands to the helmet. We'll see who that's against. So it's against San Diego Mesa.
Roughing the passer on the defense, number 13.
Okay, roughing the passer, and so the Hornets get a first down.
Yeah, it happened, but it's, it's one of those calls that if you don't call the pass interference on play 2 calls before, that play on the passer or the roughing the passer wasn't as bad.
So here early in the third quarter, the Hornets get a penalty that helped them move. Let's see if they can take advantage of it as Devin Moore comes in the game as a running back now. Galban throws it out to the right as Huffman is across the middle.
Pass intended for Braden Huffman. Incomplete. Travis Hall defending. 2nd and 10 Hornets from the 36.
So 2nd down and 10. Galban goes back, throws out in the flat. Devin Moore gets it on an extended run play that takes him to the 32. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down and a long 6. And now you think with trailing by 1 here in the third quarter that the Hornets may just call this a 4-down territory. Big 3rd down and 6 coming right at the 32. Moore still at running back. Galban goes back. Tries to step away. Cannot go up the middle. He's going to lose yardage on the play. It's going to bring up a 4th down. Decision time for the coaching staff for the Hornets.
Olympians have been playing well on defense all season long, but this game that we've watched on tape, this game they're playing extra special. They're playing contained football. They're keeping Galban in the pocket. They're keeping Edwards in the pocket, and they're letting their defensive front, those 2 interior guys, come up and plug the hole.
4th down and 9. Right at the 35. Galban, here comes the pressure. Gets hit. It's a fumble. It's out. Picked up on a dead run, and now you've got to outrun people. Get back. Stay on your feet. Cut in the middle. Short. And Galban got flattened by a steamroller.
Again, Ethan Smiley that time comes off the right edge. I had flashbacks of another guy in blue. back in the 80s, the best defensive player ever in football, maybe? Could be. And he just came on and almost made a fumble. Or he did cause the fumble. Luckily, Devin Moore was there to pick it up.
So 8 minutes and 19 seconds left here in the third quarter. And the Olympians hold the Hornets offensively. And once again, they start the second half the way they started the first half. A little hiccupy.
Well, it's cold up here. Offense has been cold down there.
Gray hands it off to Patterson. Patterson cuts the middle, stays on his feet, refuses to go down, scrums on. Patterson's got a first down.
Even though that first drive for San Diego Mesa resulted in a field goal, they look clean. They look crisp on that drive. They look more confident coming out of the huddle.
The Olympians up by 1, 17-16 over the Hornets. First down and 10 at the 40. Sullivan to the near side of the field. Gunnar Gray looks over at him. Patterson still a running back. Fakes it to Patterson. Going across the middle of the field. Should have been picked. Oh, Corey. Tell you what, if you dropped your wallet, you had a young man that would have left it on the ground because that's where he left the football, on a perfect jump to pick it off.
Jonathan Smith, we talked about it earlier. We thought he was going to have a pretty good game today. He has another pass breakup. That's number 7 on the season. But again, in the last 2 weeks, he's had 3 drop passes.
Second down and 10 right at the 40. So the Hornets had that turnover. They come up. Gray throws it out in the flat. Just throws it far enough for his receiver to drop it. It's going to bring up a third down and 10 right at the 40. Here in the third quarter, the Olympians go down the field. They get a field goal to take the lead. The Hornets have an opportunity. They sputter along the way, turn it over on attempts, on downs, and now the Olympians have the ball back, and it's third down and 10.
Akintunde is back in the ballgame at the tailback position, Mark. And this isn't 4-down territory for the Olympians because their offense is playing well, but they're going to look for something over the middle.
Watch Dorsey in the slot on the near side of the field. Dorsey's been the man he goes to, or Jackson. Dorsey goes out. Sullivan's going down deep. And the ball is thrown there. And a defensive back turns around and says, wait a minute, should I catch it? I got to line this up. Wait a minute. There's the Big Dipper. And that's, oh, wow, forget it. I'll just let it hit the ground.
Yeah, but Fullerton in the middle of the field was thinking like we were thinking, going to the middle of the field with Jackson. They had 3 people covering him. But, again, they played better defense because they were double covering, had 2 deep on Sullivan.
Keshawn Griffin back at the 25. We'll see. This one's kicked. Keshawn says, I'm going to take it. He does. Takes it on the dead run. Goes up the middle. Needs to cut to the outside. Dances through a few. It's a waltz. And then it becomes a slow little bunny hop all the way up to the 40. So it'll be first down and 10. Here in the third quarter, the Hornets are trailing by 1. It's the Olympians 17, the Hornets 16 here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Corey, Ryan, the old guy, and Gabby, all here in San Diego at San Diego Mesa Olympian Stadium. Nice campus, beautiful area. Had a great ride down here tonight, so it was our pleasure once again as Trey Edwards comes in at quarterback. High snap to Trey. And that was a busted play from the beginning as they go back there with 2 in the backfield with Trey Moore and our big man and Corey. High snap just threw all the timing of that play off.
Hawk and Sanderlin didn't have them time to collect themselves. And that high snap, again, throws off the rhythm of everybody. So now instead of trying to get some momentum after that cold first series, you have a bad snap and you're second down to 15 yards to go. Not positive.
Trey Edwards, Brandon Rankin's in the backfield. Trey goes back, steps away, doesn't see anybody. Should take off running. There he goes, Trey. Just put on the speed, turns out on the corner, stays on his feet, dances the outside, and picks up a good 11 yards on the play.
And that should be the offense right now to get them some type of motion and some type of positive plays down the field. One look, if nothing's there, then you take off and run.
So a big gain makes a 3rd down and 4 for the Hornets right at the 45. Clock is ticking here in the 3rd quarter. Trey looks back. Rankins is back there. He goes out in the flat. They throw it. He tries to lead Brandon Rankins. He does lead him, but Brandon does not run into the football. It's going to bring up a 4th down, and the Hornets should punt it away.
No, he didn't run into the football because there was no play there. The linebackers have read that play all day. Even if he catches the ball, his forward momentum isn't there. So he doesn't have time, as Michael Harkins is back deep to receive the kick. He doesn't have time to pick up momentum, and by the time he does that, the backer is there to make the stop. Either way, that's going nowhere.
So Harkins, ball bobbled, kick is up. Harkins stands for it, waits for it, takes it right there. Gutsy play by Harkins in a crowd and gets up to the 30. Be 1st down and 10 for the Olympians here in the 3rd quarter. The Olympians are up by 1, 17-16 here over SportsNetUSA.net.
Jordan Rice, sorry, go ahead, Mark. 5:01 left in the 3rd quarter, guys. As Rice, Morris, Dunnick, and Hernandez up front. Backers are Hurtado from far side, Gaines in the middle, Wiley on the near side.
Patterson in the backfield for the Olympians with Gunnar Gray. Gunnar hands it off, gives it to Patterson, who turns sideways and says, "How do you do? I'm running by you." Ball comes out.
I think
and
Fullerton
there's a scrum.
has it, Mark. If they call it a fumble, Fullerton looks like they had it. But did San Diego Mesa come up underneath them?
Well, I haven't seen anybody call it a fumble.
Ball came loose. And San Diego Mesa did come up with it. Patterson got his own fumble, squirted under there.
The ball now at the 34-yard line.
Hornets have Tedrick Ross on the near side corner and Elijah Griffin on the far side.
2nd down and 5 for the Olympians. So Patterson finds a way to retain that football when it was lost. 2nd down. Gray looks over, looks at his wide receivers. The Hornets playing bump and run on the far side. Walk up, give a 10-yard cushion. Linebackers are coming. Gray throws it over here to the flat, taken right there. A little stutter step. And you love the way when he catches the ball as Jackson. He puts that little stutter step. He's got the speed to beat you, makes you hesitate and gets a couple more yards.
Well, what they're doing is they're doing a nice job of keeping Fullerton off balance. Just enough run game. You pick up 3-4 yards at a time, you know, that's fine. It's not something exceptional, but they're keeping the backers and the defense questionable. And those short passing game as well, keeping them from going full tilt.
Sullivan to the near side. Jackson to the far side. They hand it up the middle one time. Nothing there. Loss on the play or back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 10.
And that time Junior Wiley was there with the first hit. Sean Morris cleans it up.
Hit immediately by number 98, Sean Morris.
So Alcantunde is now in at running back.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 from the 45.
So the Olympians. Gunnar Gray goes back. We'll see what he does. Hornets walk up. They play man-to-man. Then they back off. Gray, no pressure in the middle. Throws in there. Clean pocket for Gray. Another 1st down, and that's been the big thing in this game. That clean pocket all day long for Gray as he flits it over there to Brody Schnicker, and Schnicker gets a 1st down.
Mike McGinley, 1st down, Olympians. The ball at the Hornet 44-yard line.
Oregon doing what they're doing in big games, what they usually do.
1st down and 10 at the 45. They give it to Junior right up the middle. Gets out to the 40.
A trio of Hornets there on the stop with Hurtado, Gaines, and Vasquez.
Marcellus Gaines on the tackle.
So the clock is ticking
4-yard pickup on the play.
here in the third quarter.
Olympians.
The Olympians are up by 1. Once again, moving down the field, getting chunks of yardage against the defense, but not a lot of score. We'll see if the Hornets can come up with that big turnover right about now. Big second down play from the 40. Gray looks things over. The Hornets are coming after him. Gray looks for the old man, throws it in the flat. Beautiful tackle for no first down, and the whistle's finally blown. They're going to find him about a yard short. Nice defensive play by the defensive back.
Yeah, and that's Chandler Brown one more time. He leads the team in tackles. And with that all-out blitz, they had man-to-man coverage on the outside, so Elijah Griffin was designated for the deep Chandler Brown. Anything in between comes up.
Araujo, the tight end, now in the game. Haven't seen many balls thrown to him. They have Sullivan here to the near side of the field. Dorsey in the slot next to him. The tight end is free, so he's eligible. Gray is there. Watch the tight end sneak out. They run it up the middle. First down for the Olympians. So nice set, Corey. They look like they might throw a short pass to the tight end. They run right off the tight end's hip.
What you said about he's not getting the ball thrown to him, but what he's done all game long is he's pass protected well. And he, as you saw there, a good run blocker picks up that first down when they need it.
First down and 10, right at the 34-yard line. Clock is ticking. They're moving in yardage. Sullivan, once again, to the near side of the field. Dorsey in the slot. Big first down for the Olympians, up by 1 here in the third quarter. Olympians trying to get one more touchdown, feeling comfortable if they can get up by 8. Pressure's there. Gray's got the time, throws it the wrong direction, and once again, Ryan Osborn, his receivers and him are on the wrong receiving end. We saw that earlier in this quarter.
That's the third time that inside the 15 they end up having their heads look the wrong way on where a pass is going. Twice towards the middle and once towards the outside at the pylon.
So it's going to bring up a second down and 10 at the 33.
Plus, they had Jacob Vasquez there who read the play all the way. If it had been a perfect throw, that was a pick.
Big second down and 10. Gray looks it over. Fullerton brings up, bump and run on the outside. Now they back off. The Hornets come out an all-out blitz. There's thrown to nowhere. He's not outside of the pocket. There's not a receiver. Now San Diego's looking for a flag.
So what happened was Tedrick Ross came up into the neutral zone. He backed up before the ball was snapped, so it shouldn't be an offside call.
It should be grounding. It should be.
It's no intentional grounding.
No, that's what they're saying, that 17 was in the area. 17 was in the area code, not the area.
Same thing.
He was calling from a payphone and he had no change. I mean, come on.
He
It's
was
like,
in the vicinity.
geez. Okay, all right. Yeah, I guess it. Let's see. Area code for Los Angeles is anything. Okay, I'll come down.
They missed the encroachment, so they make up with the no intentional grounding.
Oh, so we just saying, is that a new recipe in home cooking?
Yes, it is.
Okay. If you add sugar, don't forget to add vinegar to balance it.
Whatever you're making, I ain't eating.
Happy Thanksgiving. Third down and 10 for the Olympians. Gray looks over. Hornets look like they're coming. They run it straight up the middle. The Hornets trying to make the stop. They do. Short. So big decision now for the Olympians. Do you attempt the field goal or do you go for a first?
I go for it.
Ryan Osborn?
I agree with Corey Neyland. Go for it. Because you know that you're currently looking at, what, nearly a 45-yard field goal or so? 44-yard?
Oh, yeah, and the long this year is 44 yards for their field goal kicker, so they're in range. But again, Fullerton's offense hasn't done really anything. They didn't do anything in the third quarter, and they've been sluggish really since their first 2 drives. So, yeah, I'm going for a touchdown.
So you know when he set that career long? 2 weeks ago against Golden West College.
Well, we'll see what happened because they get a little timeout as we come to the end of the third quarter. As we end the third quarter, it's the Hornets down by 1. It's San Diego Mesa 17, the Hornets 16 here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Corey Neyland, Ryan Osborn. Oh, is there another fashion person down there?
Oh, yeah.
He'll show them to me yet. Don't forget, all our games here on SportsNetUSA.net are brought to you by Miller Toyota of Anaheim. New, used, you say the car. It's what you can find at Miller Toyota of Anaheim. That's right. Go on over and say, hey, the old guy from SportsNetUSA.net. I mean, the young guy with the blonde hair from Sportsnet. Wait a minute. Maybe that other guy, Corey Neyland. Well, one of them told us to come to Miller Toyota of Anaheim. Located at Euclid in the 91, Miller Toyota of Anaheim is a proud sponsor of community college sports and, most of all, education. 4th down and 4 yards. Empty backfield for the first time tonight for the Olympians. It's up to the defensive backs and those 4 down linemen. Brian Crook's defense has been superb in the last couple weeks. Here they come on the corner. Throwing. Flag comes up. Pick is gone. This is going to be for null as they run down the field because it is offsides. Fullerton College on a pick against the Hornets.
And that's coming back like
that's
you said.
Coming back.
Nick Hurtado, who jumped on the far side, wearing 2-7, into the neutral zone. Another. They've been jumping, I'm going to say almost double digits, but this is only the 4th time they've been called for offside.
So that's going to give the Olympians a first down. It negates the interception for a touchdown. And we saw the flags when they came up immediately. They let them run the play. And if you're San Diego Mesa, you run the play. You don't worry about it. Now you've seen what the Hornets will do if you run that same pass play again.
And did they say number 45?
Yeah.
Fullerton doesn't have a 45.
They called the wrong number.
Yes,
yeah.
they did.
Yeah.
It was still offsides.
So it's 1st down and 10 at the 22. The Olympians get the Hornets to jump again as we start the 4th quarter. Well, the defense did something. It made a mistake just before. Let's see if they can double up on that. Here they come. They said, well, here we come this time. Go to the same play. Throwing for the corner. Incomplete. And no flag on the play.
Just tough D. Simply quality defense on the far side.
Well, you know that old thing. It's not quantity, it's quality is what you look for during this holiday week.
Unless it's Fullerton jumping off sides tonight, then it's quantity.
Which is not quality.
No.
2nd down and 10 from a quality broadcast tonight.
Top notch.
Gunnar Gray at quarterback. Patterson at running back. They hand it off to Patterson. Gets the block in the outside. Runs over a defensive back. Oh, Patterson says, go ahead and try and tackle me. I'll show you quality.
And he is their team's leading rusher for a reason because that's strong running. 5'11", 200 pounds out of Escondido.
Brings up a 3rd down and a long 5. So the Hornets need to make a stop. The Olympians would like to get a touchdown and increase that lead by more than 3. Patterson behind Gray. It's been hard to bring down. They fake it off. Patterson gets hit. Ball comes out. That's a fumble.
Troy McDonald, Dimitri Hernandez, mate at Gray. Gray's coming up real shaky.
And you watch Corey, what happened to him is he turns away from one rush, and when he turns, Ryan Osborn, he turns into the other defender and gets sandwiched from both sides.
Yeah.
That's where the big impact is, Mark. You talk about that. Even if he was to step away to one side, there was another guy coming in on the other direction.
Yeah, the blitz came from up the middle. They didn't even run a stunt. They just ran a full-out blitz up the middle, allowing the ends to come free reign on the outside. And Gunnar Gray staying in the ballgame. That's a tough young man there.
Patterson stays in at running back. Sullivan to the near side. Dorsey to the far side with Jackson with him. Gray at quarterback. 4th down and 12. Right at the 24. Just outside of field goal range. They need 12 for a first down. Are they trying to get the Hornets to jump? Here they come. Run a little delay. Throws over. Catch taken out of the air by Sullivan. First down.
What a play. Gunnar Gray takes a hit on the last play, comes back and steps into a throw to Sullivan, who's working on Jordan Wright. He drove Jordan Wright back to the 5-yard line, hooks back, makes the catch. Then turns, and knowing he needs 2 more yards for the first down, picks up the first down and more. First and goal. Last time we were here in San Diego Mesa, Fullerton put it on Mesa. The Olympians had no chance. This time, the Olympians, for all intents and purposes, if Fullerton's offense cannot recover, if they score a touchdown, you're thinking
game's over. Yeah, that's what you're thinking. Well, they score a touchdown, Corey, and kick a field goal. They're automatically up by 8.
5 seconds left in the 4th quarter.
So 13 minutes and 5 seconds left in the 4th quarter here on Sportsnet, USA.net, as we have a Hornet down on the field, and that's why we have a official timeout, and we go back and talk about Gray. Ladies and gentlemen, he got sandwiched. He laid on the ground, like Corey said. Corey, not only was he a tough young player when he got up just to take the next snap, he threw a bullet to Sullivan down there, and that's the thing. When you watched him after he got done throwing the thing, he walked down the field like I do when I get up in the morning. 1 foot after another going, okay, now if I don't fall down, I'll make it to the kitchen. And that's exactly how he looked out there, and I give it to you. I mean, I think he looked at everybody and said, no, I'm going to play.
Well, you realize it was 3rd down, and he realized it's 4th down. I can't come out of the game. I can't have my athletic training staff come out and get me and check on me because then I got to come out. He waved them off. He said, I got this, I'm okay, because it's 4th down, and we need a first down. And what did he do? He goes out and picks up the first down along with Sullivan. And I can't see the number on the play. It looks like there's a 7, so it could be Jason Wallace. I don't want to speculate on it, but the best training staff in community college athletics is helping him up. And that is Jason Wallace, who's able to sit up.
Well, Corey, and this is what I got to say about training staffs, because the training staff for San Diego Mesa was the closest, and they immediately came on the field to check the Hornet player. And this is why you talk about camaraderie on the athletic level. I mean, you know, you have somebody that comes out from San Diego Mesa more concerned about the player than the outcome of the football game. And let's say that for all athletic trainers here in California, they really do take care of their athletes that they're watching on the community college level. So it's 1st and goal.
Do they run? Do they pass here?
No, I give it to Patterson. He's in the backfield. I think he is shifty. I think he's crafty as a running back. And I think I hand off the ball to Patterson and see if he can take it in a couple times. Tight formation. Sullivan out the left. Patterson up the middle. Gets it down to maybe the 3 or 4. I run it to Patterson one more time. 5'11", and what'd you say he weighed?
200.
God, he looks small from up here, doesn't he?
No. Well, everybody looks small from up here. It's what happens when it's cold.
Well, you guys don't look small from up here.
That's because we're not down there.
Oh, okay.
He looks like us,
2nd
but
and goal.
in shape.
I hand it off to Patterson again. I really do. They hand it off to Patterson. Patterson in the end zone, touchdown, San Diego Mesa.
So is Fullerton feeling the effects of last week's loss? Did that game take much out of them? That they're giving up their 24th point, and San Diego Mesa is doing an effective job running the ball.
San Diego Mesa plays good here at San Diego Mesa. When you look at their losses, they're on the road, and they are a very strong home team.
And they came in 6-3, same as Fullerton. 2-2 in conference, where Fullerton was 3-1.
Ball is spotted, kick is up, and the kick is good. So San Diego Mesa takes an 8-point lead over the Hornets, 24-16 here in the fourth quarter on Sportsnet USA.net. Great crowd out here tonight. Beautiful turnout. Boy, San Diego Mesa gets a wonderful turnout for their home games. And for the people that travel down from San Diego to Fullerton or from Fullerton to San Diego, because either way you go, that's where you got to end up. Back to where you started. You know, a lot of people from Fullerton. I thought we'd get very few that would make that drive, but to the fans that came down here, thank you very much. 12 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Speaking of Fullerton, Mark, we want to give a quick congratulations to the women's volleyball team on campus as they won their play-in game against Cuesta, so they will be in the playoffs starting this week.
There you go. Congratulations to the Tomatich crew. We want to thank Faith Webb and Hannah Tobin. Yes.
For talking to you two, yeah, I thank them too.
You have to. That's a brutal 6 minutes there. But 12:09 remaining, still plenty of time for the Hornets to get their offense rolling.
Yep.
And if they can't get their offense rolling,
they in trouble.
Because Sean's been close.
Big deep kick. Griffin takes it at the 6. Waiting for one time. That is not the time as he gets taken down quickly. Right across the 25. Sliced like a piece of cheese going on one of my sandwiches.
Tor Stansbury, 5'9" out of Poway.
So the Hornets need to get on the board quickly, and we don't say field goal. They need touchdown. They're down by 8.
Sattler, the center, Peroni, the left guard, Medelis, the left tackle, Sines is the right guard, and Nichols is the right tackle.
Trey Edwards comes in at quarterback. Brandon Rankin's the running back. Trey goes back, goes away from pressure, looks to go down the field, throws it, dropped across the 50. He threw it right there, Corey. If you're a wide receiver, you need to catch the football.
Yeah, and that's another one of those throws that you need to catch the football, but again, it was behind him. Deshaunte Thomas had to turn around, again, make the catch, which he should have caught. But he was coming down and trying to keep that foot in bounds. A lot of motion coming in, and he's been your most excitable player on the outside for Fullerton in the last couple weeks.
Incomplete pass, 2nd down and 10, right at the 28.
And Braden Huffman comes in, who's been your most consistent pass catcher.
Huffman to the near side of the field. Griffin goes in motion from right to left. Edwards goes back, feels the pressure, runs away from the pressure, sidesteps 2, spins around, goes a lot of yardage to get absolutely nothing on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10.
And right now the Olympians are just pinning their ears, actually not even pinning their ears back. They know that Fullerton is not going to run the ball, so they're putting that zone on and putting 2 and 2 and 2 on the receivers in route.
Huffman to the near side of the field. Kashawn Griffin in the slot on the near side of the field. 3rd down, a loss of 2 on the play, and 12 for the Hornets. Here they come. Trey Edwards throws it behind the receiver, and Byers can't catch it. It's 3 quick pass plays, and the Hornets go to the bench.
4th and 12 from the 26.
So the offense hiccups its way, not even for 10, and has to give up the football. San Diego Mesa's feeling the victory within reach now. They're up by 8 here in the fourth quarter. Kuntz kicks it away. High spiral, signaled for a fair catch. Caught over the shoulder right at the 40, and it'll be 1st down for the Olympians right at the 40-yard line. It's the Olympians 24, the Hornets 16 here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Ryan Osborn, Corey Neyland, tagging along with the old guy here on Sportsnet, USA.net. And the Olympians are now in control of the football game.
10 minutes. And again, 10 minutes and 54 seconds is an eternity
if you make a stop defensively and do something offensively.
But another score here by the Olympians makes that 10 minutes, well, pretty quick.
So the Olympians say, let's run that football. Hand it off. Off to the right side. Gain of 3 on the play.
Junior Wiley tackling Stansbury, or excuse me, not Stansbury, Latonka.
Latonka. Daniel Latonka in at running back. Gain of 4. Second down and 6. Right at the 44-yard line.
And they're getting into the second and third and manageables. Nothing third and 9, 10 yards ago. That's Fullerton has been in.
Hand it off again. Give it to him again. Doesn't get knocked down. Refuses to get tackled. Latonka gets it across midfield down to the 45.
Again, your 2 leading tacklers for the Hornets this season after a gain of almost 10, or actually 10, are your safeties, Smith and Brown.
So first down and 10, 2 running plays for the Olympians, and they move it down the field. Hornets down by 8. Need the ball back, need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Sullivan, double stacked here to the outside with Dorsey. Tonka at running back. Nobody can stop him. Hand him the football. He goes straight up the middle. He gets all the way down to the 30. So he rips off 25 yards in his first couple carries.
And let's talk about the work put in by Cameron Stoffel and Andrew Johnson on the left side. They opened up a huge lane to run through.
So it's first down and 10 for San Diego Mesa. They're moving. The Hornets need a stop, and it's just not happened. The paper's starting to tear, and they're running out of ink to get their final done. Mesa taking their time, bleeding the clock. They run it again, straight up the middle. This time the running back's got no place to go. Loss of 1 on the play. Second down and 10. The clock goes tick, tick, tick.
And here's where it goes tick, 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 Mark. You run it again. Just to run the ball off, just to run that clock. And then on third down, because they've been efficient on third down tonight.
They have.
They've hit crucial third downs. They hit a crucial fourth down to keep the drive alive on that touchdown drive last possession.
Dorsey goes to the far side of the field. Sullivan comes to the near side of the field. Back in at running back for them is Patterson. Second down and 10, right at the 32. Change the play at the line of scrimmage.
Watch
Clicks
this
down
three.
to 5. Here they come. Throw over in the flat, taken right there. Tackled, immediately caught, but a nice, Corey, like you say, efficient plays. A pass to the far side of the field, but they pick up 5.
Yeah, Christian Cross, he makes the tackle, but again, that 5 yards, 4 to 5 yards is needed to make your third down more manageable.
And we have an Olympian down on the play. So for an injured player, we have timeout on the field. With timeout on the field, it's the Olympians 24, the Hornets 16, here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Next weekend, playoff game and a bowl game is a possibility, maybe 2 bowl games. So we may have 3 games altogether next week. Check the homepage at sportsnetusa.net. And for the teams like volleyball that got into the playoffs, check the homepage at Fullerton College Sports to see what's going on. Ryan Osborn, did we get any update on what water polo might have done? Should they be playing?
Oh,
They ended up playing on Friday, and they lost 14-11 to West Valley.
Daniel
Wow.
Gurdon is up and off, yep.
Wow, that's an upset.
And that was in the semifinal. So Santa Barbara and West Valley ended up moving on.
And Santa Barbara beat Fullerton in the SoCal finals.
4 different times they beat them this season. And all of them by a combined 4 goals. Each one was by 1.
Wow. Dorsey goes to the far side of the field. Jackson in the slot next to him. Sullivan to the near side of the field. Patterson is a running back. Big third down play for the Olympians and the Hornets. Gray goes up and throws it into no man's land. Okay, tell me who's in the vicinity of that pass.
It was the guy, it was on the far side. He was doing a square, and he threw it when he was making his cut, and there is a penalty on the play after the play. Looks like unsportsmanlike conduct.
Intentional ground, number 9.
Oh, they call intentional grounding.
Following mark, 5 yards from the final foul with a loss of down.
I wouldn't have thrown the flag.
Oh,
You were right on the you were right on the call, but I still wouldn't have thrown the flag.
It wasn't close.
No, it wasn't close, but the guy was making his cut and he threw it to the wrong side. I wouldn't have thrown the flag.
I would have. I would have thrown the flag for the simple reason that he was throwing it into no man's land, not close to receiver, to not get the sack and never got outside, and that's the definition of intentional grounding. Not, hey, I was close, he was in 20 yards.
Still wouldn't have thrown it.
Now, see, that's a quality referee standing next to me.
I'm an efficient referee. I let the game flow.
Oh, man. The Hornet defense makes a stop. Needs to get a return here. Little pooch kick with backspin. If you're a Hornet, you watch where it comes. Fair catch called for. And so the Hornets defense steps up, and now it's up to the offense to get something on the board.
You need your most creative possession of the season right now. You need your most creative plays to get into the end zone. You need to have your best players out there touch the ball. Your most explosive players touch the ball in this situation.
7:20. 7:20 left here in the fourth quarter. Galban back in at quarterback, Moore at running back. First down and 10. Galban goes back, has time to throw. Almost picked, jumped on the ball. The receiver turns, and the defender said, "Excuse me, I think that belongs to me, Corey Neyland." Almost a hiccup that cost the game.
And it looks like it was Akintunde who made the deflection. They were trying to reach Braden Huffman, the go-to man, last week. I think you're going to have to work Devin Moore into this ball game, Mark, or the back in the backfield, if it's Rankins or Moore. And you're going to have to need Kashawn Griffin, Christopher Kuntz, people with speed to touch the ball.
Byers, Kuntz to the near side of the field. Moore running back. Second down and 10. Here comes Galban. He gets sandwiched, crushed. And, guys, if it brings back memories, well, at Golden West College last week when a play had to be made, he got nailed in the end zone for a safety. They came after him then, and he gets taken down at the 5-yard line.
And here's where a traditional screen would come into play. If the Olympians look like they're going to come after Galban, a traditional screen coming into play, it's already 3rd down and 17. You want to pick up positive yardage, not necessarily a first down, but you want to pick up positive yardage if you have to kick it.
Big 3rd down play. Clock is ticking, down by 8. Defense makes the stop, and the offense is going backwards. Galban comes back. Here comes the pressure. Gets taken down again, almost in the end zone, and the defense just snuffs out any offensive drive by Fullerton here in the fourth quarter.
And a good job of Olympians staying at home. Again, that pass pattern, the coming through, there was nothing available to come through and make a quality play. And so Christensen does a nice job of keeping Galban in the pocket and rushing the quarterback and making a positive play.
High snap, almost blocked the kick, sideways kick, taken at the 45, sidestep, grabbed, trying to get the ball, doesn't. Nobody wants to tackle the player. They're trying to tackle the ball. Finally down to the 40, across the 40 to the 39. And the Olympians feel like this game belongs to them, up by 8 with about 4 minutes to go.
This is where your defense, your defense is going to have to step up and score, take it upon themselves to make a big play. The Olympians All you need to do is keep doing what you're doing, up by 8.
5 minutes and 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
First and 10 Olympians.
What'd he say?
I have no idea.
What'd he say?
Something and 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
He said minutes and 25 seconds.
I hope he's not-
believe it was 8.
Hope he doesn't have it on a hot plate because it's going to be burnt when he gets home. First down and 10. Straight up the middle. Dive play. Gain of maybe 1.
So there's Nick Hurtado there at the feet of Latanka.
Junior Wiley in on the stop.
And the other linebackers cleaned it up. But that's what you need if you're the Hornets, to limit the first down yardage. So there's no gain, but you're running the clock for the Olympians. Now you got to be creative if you're the Olympians on offense to catch Fullerton off guard.
Here comes Patterson back in the game. Patterson will wheel out on the backfield on this one. When you look at Patterson, watch out for Schnicker. He's the one who made the big catch earlier in the game. He's to the near side of the field. Young man can move for a big man. Come up, throw it over the middle of the field. Almost intercepted. As that's the first time you saw the quarterback run for his life, Corey, and just throw it away not to get hit.
That's the second time we've seen that intentional grounding last possession, and this time when Fullerton comes up, actually, that's why he threw it away the last time, because Jonathan Smith almost had his 4th interception of the season. But again, they hit his hands, and he's had a good season.
You know, I'm surprised they didn't wheel Patterson out. They haven't done that, and I keep waiting for Patterson to wheel out of the backfield. 3rd down and 10. Right at the 39. It's at that range that, you know, if you pick up anything, Hornets, they jump again. Oh, Corey Neyland. And then the pass is made.
As O'Shea Davis was going for the pick, again, the defense is trying to make something happen themselves. So normally O'Shea will make a clear and clean stop. This time he goes for the pick. But again, Nick Hurtado jumped for the second time tonight.
And he's just short.
So it'll be 3rd and 5 or 4th and less than 1.
Well, I'm taking the 4th and 1.
I'm taking a 3rd and 5.
Ryan Osborn? Oh, sorry, are we disturbing you?
No, I'll go 4th and 1, go for it on 4th, and go and get this football game.
So you're a Northern California team that knows how to win.
Did they?
No, I'm just from north
okay
of San
then.
Diego, just an LA kid trying to make sure that my offense rolls.
Corey Neyland, I think they're doing what you said.
Offside. Defense number 27. 5-yard penalty.
They took what you did.
Plus, you've shown all game long that you can get 5 yards on two plays. What it also does is it runs more clock and gives Fullerton, if they do get the ball back, less opportunity and less time to score.
So you hand it off to Patterson on this play. No, yeah. Patterson stays in the backfield. I like Gunnar Gray looks at the official and says, you need to be running the clock. I like that. He turned around and looked at the official and said, run the clock. Patterson looks over. I think this is where you run Patterson up the middle. If he gets 2 yards, Corey Neyland, like you said, they're there. And now we get a timeout. So a misset by San Diego Mesa. And now I'm going to throw it on you because you've known him for years. If you're Brian Crooks, do you bring everybody? If you were Brian Crooks, I'm not saying that's what Brian should do. Would you bring everybody if you were Brian?
Yeah, I think it's time for your defense to make a play. I think they made a play, but they jumped off sides a couple possessions ago. So, yeah, bring them. You want to bring at least one backer to get into the quarterback's face to rush him. You saw the last 2 drives when he was rushed, he just throws it away. That's what you want here on 3rd and 5.
Ryan, look at this. Look at this. I feel like I'm the old man, the youngster, sitting down, getting snuggly and warm. I wish the referee would tell us one more time how much time's left. You want to yell at him down there for me?
No.
It's something minutes and 25 seconds.
Yes.
I mean, you know I could catch his attention if I yelled out there. Corey,
Well, that's if you're coaching soccer.
yeah, it's true. That's true. Patterson, the left side of it. Big 3rd down and 5. Now for the Olympians. They go back, try to throw back. Throw across the middle of the field. And Corey Neyland, there's the pressure you talked about. He's backpedaling all the way, looking for a little flanker screen or flat pass to the flanker, and could get nothing on it because of the pressure. 4th and 5.
And I'm not sure I wouldn't kick it away. I'd like you want to go for it if you're the Olympians because you have all the momentum and you can end the game here. Yeah, you go for it.
No, see, I agree with your first statement. I kick it away. They haven't been able to move down the field. I'm not going to give them a 30-yard start. So big 4th down and 5, head by 8, minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. You hope they jump. Here they come, all out. Throw it over the flat. Caught! First down. No? Yes?
No, it's short.
No, it's a first down.
It is a first,
it is a first down.
So the Olympians pick up a first down on simply a quick out. O'Shea Davis was there, half a step behind. Half a step, and good catch by Sullivan.
I'm going to say we're close to 3 minutes in this game. I know we don't have an official time to look at, but I'm going to say that's where we're at, right about 3 minutes. You're going to say 5, Corey?
Yeah.
Hand it off to Patterson, backside, gets drugged down. It's going to bring up a first down and 2nd down and 11 for that.
Behind by number 27, Isaac Hurtado.
49 and counting. 249 and counting.
Oh, you're right, 2:49, because Fullerton didn't call a timeout.
No.
I thought there was more time left.
Fullerton should have 3 timeouts, I believe.
They do. They have 3 timeouts remaining.
So if they make a stop here, then if you're Fullerton, you will use the first of your timeouts. Realize Fullerton needs a touchdown with 2 to tie this game if San Diego does not get on the board. If they get on the board, then what you do is they take
That's
Patterson, touchdown, San Diego Mesa. That's it.
And again, they go off tackle. He hit the lane on the outside. Excellent blocking up front. And that's how you win a ball game. 4th down and 5. They go for it. They pick it up. 4th down and 12. They go for it and pick it up. They wanted this game a little bit more than Fullerton Hornets.
Yeah, and they were very efficient on offense and defense when you look at them. I mean, the offense made pass plays, Corey, that we didn't think they'd make. And the defense has played stellar defense against the Hornets. Ball is spotted, kick is up, and the kick is good. So 31-16 with about 2 minutes left in the game. 15-point lead. San Diego Mesa has a present underneath the tree, just still needs to open it and see if it is what they wish Santa would bring them, a victory against this Fullerton College team.
So if Fullerton has a bowl game, they go from hosting a ball game with the win to going on the road for a bowl game with this loss because they will drop to 6-4 on the season. San Diego Mesa is going to improve to 7-3 on the season unless something happens that we've never seen before.
And San Diego Mesa will be 3-2 in conference. The Hornets will be 3-2 in conference,
So
and San Diego Mesa beat them.
They have the tiebreaker.
They have the tiebreaker, so the Hornets end up in 3rd place in the conference, not in 2nd.
Donovan Warren will be kicking off for the Olympians. Deshaun Griffin, Christopher Coots deep for the Hornets.
So 2 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Deshaun takes it, looks to go to the outside, up the sideline, needs to have a block, down the field, gets driven out of bounds at the sideline, across the field. And the return never comes up like that way up the middle of the field. That sideline has been that stopping extra defender on every return this season.
And it just seems like each of the last 4 weeks that we've seen Rashawn or Kashawn bring something back, always that far sideline, he has a bunch of success. Last week, 74 yards, also had a 45-yard return. This week, oh so close twice. Just needed one more.
Yeah, that middle of the field has just not been there this season, though.
Yeah, but even the sideline is squeezed down so tight that he's got no place to go.
Yeah, but that's the best option because of the way they're kicking to him and the way that coverage team they have played him all season. That's where it's been forced to.
2 minutes exactly left in the game.
Well, 1 minute 58, Mark.
Oh.
If we're being precise.
Now?
It's about quality.
Galban goes back, gets chased, throws it down the middle of the field, incomplete pass. Second and 10 at the 49. You need a quick one, a possible recovery on a touchdown, and maybe you pull off the season. I'm just going to throw it as far as I can and hope it gets caught. Incomplete pass at the 20. Third down and 10. For the Hornets. So the season is coming to a dwindling close here in the fourth quarter. Big third down and 10. Galban goes back, throws it short, turns, caught at the 40, steps out of bounds is Byer. First down for the Hornets, but it looks like too little, too late as the Hornets are down by 15 with a minute to go. So the season slowly coming to a painful close, but it's been a good season. They got to play this year, and there's been progress. Galban down the middle of the field, incomplete pass.
Pass over the middle, incomplete. Andre Dunkley defending. Second and 10 from the 34.
Galban rolls out looking for something. Flag on the play. Throws it, but it's probably going to be in the backfield. Should be holding against the Hornets. Should bring it back. They've got it at the 40. Here comes the marker. Holding. It's going to move the Hornets back.
10-yard penalty, 3 plays down.
So we're going to move that back 10 yards. Well under a minute here in the fourth quarter. Trailing by 15. Moore in the backfield. Huffman wide to the right. Griffin in the slot next to him. Second down and 20. Galban goes back, steps up, gets taken for a sack at the 50-yard line.
Nice rush there by San Diego Mesa. That was one of the areas that we mentioned before the game would be a place of strength for them, is that defensive line. They get good pressure in on the quarterback, and they force a lot of decisions that you wouldn't normally see from some of these quarterbacks in the conference. We saw it against Red Slav in the first half, against Golden West, and now you see it here all game long against Galban in the offense.
So the Hornets call a timeout with a few seconds left. Having a conversation. As San Diego Mesa, again, they play so well at home, Ryan Osborn. I mean, they really do. Their home field is their home field. And they've had a successful season. Give San Diego Mesa so much credit tonight.
Yeah, and Mark, I mean, you look at the way that they've played last week against Southwestern. They rolled. Here against Fullerton, all it took was a couple defensive stops, and they took momentum from that. They took encouragement from that and never gave it back up.
Third down. Galban fakes it, stands back, to runs away, has the ball knocked out of his arm, turnover. San Diego, you have just taken your game and won it on a play when the ball was stripped from Galban for a fumble, and San Diego Mesa gets the football. So it looks like San Diego is going to be number 2 in the conference this year, as the Hornets from last week having a chance to win it drops all the way to the 3rd spot in the conference.
First and 10, Olympians. The ball at the Hornets 45.
So it'll be first down and 10 for the Olympians. They're just going to take a couple knees and say, let's call it a day. That's what they thought they were going to do. Gunner says, no, don't stand behind me. It makes me uncomfortable. Let me just hand it off. We'll go straight up the middle, which they do for 8 yards on the play. I sort of thought, I like that. He felt, wait a minute, what are you doing standing behind me? We're going that way, man. I don't need you behind me.
39-yard line.
So the clock keeps ticking. The official will let us know when this game comes to an end. Like we've said all game long, we've tried to keep you informed of what's going on. No scoreboard, so it's been the officials nice enough to say every once in a while what the time is. We're down to about 30 seconds in this game, with the Hornets trailing by 15, and San Diego Mesa has the football here on SportsNetUSA.net. One more time, hand it up the middle, little gain or none, but the clock will continue to tick. And that brings us to the end of the game. As we come to the end of the game, it's the Olympians 31, the Hornets 16. Well, we want to thank everybody who's watched us this year on SportsNetUSA.net. It has been an interesting season for all of us in the athletic world, not to say the least, as the Hornets end up dropping from a possible first all the way to a third here on SportsNetUSA.net. For Corey, Ryan, myself, Ed Ford, back in the studio. Next week, possible bowl game for the Hornets and playoff games for Golden West College, all here on SportsNetUSA.net.